for his name, little else was known of the man they called Terrer.
They did not know from whence he came.
They did not know, or they did not care.
Son of the Revolution.
His history is steeped in their blood, and their history is steeped in his pus.
In the midst of the war, was the doctors of law that diagnosed him as
Polyphagous! It ravaged his guts
and it ravaged his soul.
But little else is known, for as he lived, he swallowed his own history whole.
And the revolutionaries and the bourgeoisie,
those of which remained alive,
they hid the rest, for he was no great hero.
no great hero, no!
To either side.
make room for the Johnny Stone Eater, or stones of all kinds I can crunch, and the marble is sweeter to me than a turtle or haunch. A street that's well paved is my larder, a stone you may say is hard meat, but it's much harder where I can get nothing to eat.
Dr. Corville says he can help me, but I must carry on with his work. I've been suffering from the night terrors again, and I'm feeling poorly all the time now these days, and I am sweating like a dog. Doctor says he can give me drugs to help the pain go away, but I must carry on eating. I don't mind, so sooner or later it gets the better of them. Doctors want to see, always want to push it further, further. The army doctor, Lawrence, a long time ago he said he could help me. He was just like Corville, always pushing. I saw that I could fascinate him. One time I ate a pussycat in front of him. It screamed as it was going in, and I ripped the stomach open with my teeth and the blood. I wanted to show him how I could drink the blood. But it wouldn't stay down. It wasn't pleased with me.
Terrer! A neat trick, Terrer. You left naught of that stray feline with the bare skeleton. Blast, you even had the gall to swallow the bloody encephalon. And you crammed its guts into your gob, like a starving, ignorant boy, with a plate of fine caviar. What right? What right? What do you know of the digestive tract, connective tissues, the fine intricacies of the skillful respiratory tableau? What indeed? You're like a construction worker, pulling down the Pantheon whilst knowing nothing of its ornate walls or finely crafted pillars, but only his own insatiable appetite. A beast! And throwing it all up again, like any carnivorous animal. Disgusting! Why? There are clusters of membrane and hair on my shoes, Terrer. On my ruddy shoes! Not cheap, these shoes, Terrer. Not cheap at all. These are very fine shoes. Lick them clean.
After I try to eat his shoes, he says I'm crazy and I must be locked away. I say, ha! Ha! No one locks away Terrer! No one! No prison can hold Terrer! I will eat the bars!
You will eat the bars!
Shoot through the floor!
Through the floor!
Devour the fucking guard!
Yeah!
Just you watch! When I was very young, in my home, there was never any food for me. I ate a meagre meal, usually of vegetables and bread. It was all they could afford. I had the biggest portion, but it was never enough. I stole food from the pantry and bread from my sister's plate. One time, at school, I became so dizzy with hunger that I ate my school books. And the headmaster sent me home to my mother.
Terrer! You witch! God! You're breaking your mother's heart, Terrer. The good Lord knows how I have scrimped and scraped the moment for the food you eat, but you remain ungrateful still. supply your good education. You eat your books. I buy you nice clothes. You eat your own shoes. Go barefoot then. Be forever barefooted. Your gluttony and the gluttony of the world will not go unpunished. I have tried. I told me the devil out of your stomach and you ate my rod. Such a nice fine rod it was. Well, go out into the ravenous streets. Beg for your bread. I have grown weary. No more will I feed your sins. Go and make your own way. Never come again to her. We are sick of you. Sick, tired, penniless, rudless. A fine burden you be.
I went out into the streets and begged and begged. I was insatiable. The night was so cold, and my stomach was clawing at the inside of me, shouting in fierce, low tones, saying,
Hurrah! Find me food right away! Find me nourishment, or I will have to devour your eyes, and your bladder, your kidney, and your balls, and then I will devour myself!
Two wealthy men in fine coats passed by. Gentlemen, will you help me, please? If I do not eat quickly, I will perish. I can see that you are kindly, gentlemen. Will you not help an honest soul who is so hungry he could eat a hat?
Eat a hat! Oh, you urchin!
I should like to see that. Why should we help you?
Yes, indeed, why should we?
See how all the other beggars play the flute or sing, or at the very least dance and jig.
Give you our money!
I have not been entertained at all.
Now, what can you do?
Can you play an instrument?
I have none.
You have a voice. Pray, can you sing?
By the light of the moon, like a volubin, knocks on the brunette's door. She soon responds, who's knocking like that? He then replies, open your door for the god of love. By the light of the moon, one could barely see, but then was looked for. The light was looked for, and with all that looking, I don't know what was found, but I do know that the door was shut behind them. By the light of
Oh, shut up!
Yes, do shut up.
A poor, lowly, common song, so poorly sung, I fear my ears will begin to bleed. Pray, what next? Can you dance for us, McGeachin?
I'm afraid I am too weak to jig.
Well then, we must be on our way.
Yes, there's nothing for it.
Awaits us! Are we not members of the same estate? There is something. I hope you will not be offended. I mean it as not insulting. I will eat your hat, sir.
Eat my hat? My God! I'm in two minds. On the one hand, this is a very fine hat! But on the other, my curiosity is ravenous. I should like to see you eat it!
Oh, yes, yes, eat it!
But you must eat it whole! Go on.
From that day forth, I made my fortune by eating nuts, bolts, coins, engines, wild geese, ferns, boulders, rocks, soil, earthworms, everything and anything. And the people, they adored me. Even when one time, for their amusement, I swallowed a cucumber whole. It got lodged in my bowels, and I fainted. And when I awoke, I was lying in a hospital bed. The people had carried me in from the street like a wounded war hero. It felt wonderful. And even as they prized apart the stents to dislodge the cucumber from my gut, I felt no shame. And afterwards, The surgeon, he shook my hand. Oh, those glorious months. The applause, the celebrity. I was even invited to Paris to attend an art convention where I would be eating a live narwhal in one sitting. Alas, just then, the war broke out.
Glory!
Death to Hasbro!
Death to monarchs!
The revolution! The rations in the army are pitiable. I soon became very ill. I could not fight. I could barely even stand. I fainted so much I was sent to a doctor. He gave me quadruple rations. But it was not enough. I became like a wolf. I prowled the hospital searching for food. I ate cataplasms, surgical supplies, test tubes, plants. The freshly removed spleen of one of my brothers in arms. The freshly removed arm of another of my brothers. I could not stop. I would never stop. Onwards, onwards, to Versailles, to freedom, to bread. A cluster of old hens pecking at the gate. Give them their crumbs, give them their bread. Here is our bloody revolution, and here is our fat chef, who once served pork to the bourgeoisie swine, and now carries the severed head of the Marquis de on a pole, crying, "Vive le Husselbee!" Screaming, "Vive le Husselbee!" We would never forget the screams.
You want to help the revolution.
So,
You disgust me, you know. Have you no shame? Habsburg's on the rise, the revolution's